And you mean to tell me we gotta ask you to come play defense? You want to be the greatest at the top of the top, and you want everyone to volunteer you into a tier level of two of the greatest guys that ever played a game. When you talk about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, you talk about Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, guys you never had to ask to compete. Where are all the Lakers that used to play for the Lakers that are not speaking out on what we are seeing?
We are witnessing one of the most iconic franchises in sports history slowly come apart. This isn't a story of chaos or sudden collapse, but something far more troubling: quiet acceptance. Acceptance of excuses, acceptance of diminished standards, acceptance of conduct that would never be allowed if a different name were stitched on the back of the jersey.
He skipped the line and he can be compared to Jordan, but you got a lot of players in the league that are great, won some championships, but if you try to put them in the GOAT conversation, they look at you like you're crazy. So it's obvious LeBron has a chokehold on the media. He's a social media junkie. He has his pawns working overtime to push these narratives, and LeBron James is a fraud.
This isn't just a bad stretch or a rough season. It's a cultural breakdown unfolding in real time, and the responsibility lies squarely with LeBron James. Instead of accountability, honesty, or genuine criticism, we're fed narratives and spin, carefully crafted explanations designed to protect egos rather than confront reality. Most revealing of all is the silence.
Before LeBron got there, where were the Lakers and how did they look?
We got there, what, 2018?
Phenomenal.
This year? Oh, this season.
This year.
Okay, I was going to say.
This year, Slim Luka, before he started to slowly become Free Willy again.
He did.
Yeah. He looked great. He looked great.
So here's the real question. Are the Lakers protecting LeBron James, or is LeBron James holding the Lakers hostage to diminished standards? Share your thoughts below.
But I look at something that's a crazy dynamic for JJ Redick, because, you know, he got on TV when he was an analyst at First Take, and he spewed so heavily about Doc Rivers being the guy that never take accountability and always throwing his team under the bus and always blaming this and that. He's guy never takes accountability. Oh my God.
Brown sugar.
But full circle, we see JJ get up here in the press conference and constantly duck giving accountability to his star players who do not play defense, clearly, because we all are watching.
Before the usual reactions start, let's be clear about this. This isn't a denial of LeBron's talent. It isn't revisionist history. It's not pretending he hasn't had an extraordinary career defined by longevity, production, and iconic moments. And it certainly isn't hate. This is about standards. It's about consistency. It's about holding everyone to the same measure, especially those who insist on being measured as the greatest ever. When we talk about the true legends of the game, one thing stands out. No one had to beg Michael Jordan to compete. No one had to remind Kobe Bryant what time it was. They didn't need motivation quotes, branding campaigns, or armies of defenders online explaining lapses in effort. They showed up. They competed. They defended every night. And when they fell short, they owned it.
And if you can't hold guys accountable, like we've always said on this couch, which the couch, it was a 4-on-1 day. I remember it was like 78% for me. But when you hold these guys accountable, two things happen. You got to show up or you got to run away.
That's the difference. LeBron James has somehow skipped steps in the historical evaluation process. He's been elevated into the GOAT conversation without being held to the same standards of leadership and behavior that every other legend had to meet. And the moment that placement is questioned, the response isn't debate, it's dismissal. You're labeled biased, told you don't understand the game, accused of being stuck in the past. But the film doesn't care about narratives. It doesn't care about legacies, and it doesn't lie.
I don't think the fans asked for LeBron James either, but they're both here. Two of the greatest players to play the game. And you mean to tell me we gotta ask you to come play defense? You want to be the greatest at the top of the top, and you want everyone to volunteer you into a tier level of two of the greatest guys that ever played a game. When you talk about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, you talk about Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, guys you never had to ask to compete. Even a Magic Johnson. Where are all the Lakers that used to play for the Lakers that are not speaking out on what we are seeing?
Before LeBron returned from his extended absence, the Lakers didn't look elite, but they looked engaged. They played freer. They looked like a basketball team, not a group navigating hierarchy. There was effort. There was movement. There was real buy-in. Austin Reeves in particular looked like a different player, not just productive but confident, decisive, and comfortable. He wasn't overthinking possessions or hesitating. He attacked, created, and competed. The ball moved. The offense flowed. And while the defense wasn't perfect, the effort was consistent.
Words of the day on the fucking board that, like, what are we talking about here? Like, the words of the day are effort and execution. Like, I saw that when I used to drop my son off at school, at kindergarten 2 years ago. Word of the day on the door when you walk in.
And then LeBron came back, and almost immediately you could feel the shift. Spacing tightened. Rhythm vanished. The offense slowed. Roles hardened. Players didn't suddenly get worse. They got smaller. Not because the team improved, but because the hierarchy reasserted itself. Not for winning. Not for chemistry. For control. Austin Reeves didn't forget how to play basketball. His freedom was taken. Luka didn't suddenly stop caring. He followed the tone that was set. Because effort is contagious, especially on defense. When the leader sprints, everyone sprints. When the leader jogs, everyone jogs. And that's the part no one wants to say out loud. LeBron James isn't just another player. He is the emotional and behavioral thermostat of the team. And right now, that thermostat is set to selective effort, selective engagement, and selective accountability. The consequences ripple outward. You can see it in the coach. JJ Redick is living inside a contradiction he once criticized from the outside. As an analyst, he was vocal about accountability. He called out deflection. He challenged excuse-making leadership. Now watch him at the podium after losses, repeating phrases like, "Effort and execution are the words of the day." That's not leadership language. That's survival language. This is a professional NBA locker room, not a classroom with a theme written on the board. You can hear the frustration. You can see the restraint. JJ knows what the issue is. He knows who isn't setting the example. He knows who the room is watching. But he can't say it, because the moment he does, the machine activates. The media ecosystem. The podcast circuit. The influencer defenders. Clutch Sports. Rich Paul. Nick Wright. Draymond Green. Gilbert Arenas. The narrative shield. JJ understands that naming names doesn't lead to accountability, it leads to consequences. His authority would be questioned. His motives attacked. His future destabilized. So he speaks in code. Some guys don't want to make that choice. It's pretty consistent who those guys are. Everyone knows exactly who he's talking about. This isn't about one loss or a bad defensive stretch. This is about culture. About whether the Lakers still stand for something, or whether they've become a platform for narrative management. Defense tells the truth. Defense exposes effort. Defense reveals pride. Michael Jordan took defense personally. Kobe Bryant treated it as a responsibility. Bill Russell built championships on it. LeBron treats it like an option. And when the coach tries to address it publicly, he has to blur the truth. He can't say, "Our leader isn't setting the tone." He can't say, "Our best player is hurting us defensively." So the blame gets spread evenly, even though teams don't move evenly. They move as reflections of their leaders. Players see everything. The missed rotations. The energy conservation. Who expects help, and who provides it. Respect doesn't disappear loudly. It erodes quietly. We've seen this before. Darvin Ham lived this reality and he paid for it with his job. Now JJ Redick is walking the same path. His words feel constrained. His authority compromised. His presence feels more like a negotiator than a leader. That's what happens when a coach is forced to coach around a superstar instead of through him. The Lakers brand is supposed to represent excellence, toughness, accountability, and pride. Fans don't pay for half-speed defense and post-game explanations. They pay to see professionals honor the jersey. And right now, that jersey feels lighter than it should. LeBron James has mastered narrative control in a way no athlete before him has. Win or lose, the framing benefits him. Losses get explained away, roster flaws, schemes, injuries, chemistry. Responsibility never lands where leadership says it should. And the media allows it because access matters more than honesty. But the film doesn't care. Fans see it. Players see it. This isn't hate. It's truth. You can't demand GOAT status while needing reminders to compete. You can't compare yourself to Jordan while taking possessions off. You can't claim leadership while avoiding accountability. The greats didn't need protection. They didn't need narratives. They didn't need excuses. They just played. Until LeBron James is held to that same standard, this conversation will remain dishonest. The Lakers will continue to drift. Coaches will continue to look powerless. Fans will continue to feel gaslit, because deep down, everyone knows what they're watching. A franchise torn between legacy and marketing. A coach trapped between honesty and survival. A superstar who wants the crown without carrying the full weight. And the most damning part? We're not even asking for greatness anymore. We're asking for effort. At some point, this conversation has to stop being uncomfortable and start being honest. Because what's happening in Los Angeles isn't rare, and it isn't confusing. It's being protected. This is what it looks like when reputation matters more than results. When legacy becomes a shield instead of a responsibility. Great players raise standards. They don't force organizations to lower them. You don't build dynasties on compromise. You don't sustain excellence by avoiding the truth. And you don't preserve legacy by pretending effort doesn't matter. So now the question goes to you, what are we really watching? Is this still the Lakers standard, or something else entirely? Is this leadership, or entitlement dressed up as legacy? If you see it too, don't stay silent. Like the video if standards still matter. Subscribe if you want honest basketball conversations. And comment below, because the only way this changes is if people stop pretending not to see what's right in front of them.